I think that is a lot of the difficulty with having perfectionistic tendencies is you have these expectations or desire for things to turn out perfectly. And then when they don't, it's disappointing.
Yeah, boy, perfectionism just can wiggle its way into so many things and get in the way of doing stuff that you might enjoy doing.
Right. Or, just enjoying your life.
Yeah.
Because if you feel disappointed all the time or frustrated with yourself or even angry or sad or whatever, that, it's easy to have kind of big feelings about things not going the way you want them to or think they should. Hey there, welcome to Getting to Good Enough. I'm Shannon Wilkinson.
And I'm Janine Adams. We're here for practical and fun conversations about living with more ease and way less stress.
Yep, we're all about embracing progress over perfection. So grab a tasty beverage and let's get started. Hey, Janine.
Hey, Shannon, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, too. I understand you had a fun weekend with your 97-year-old aunt.
I did.
Did you get your butt kicked in card games?
Mostly, yes. We had she and my cousin and I play one game together, and she creamed us in total games and then whined when she didn't win. Like, why are you being so mean to me?
She earned that.
Yeah. And then there's a game that she and I played together, Spite and Malice. And I eked out an overall win.
Oh,
barely.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I mean, we play a lot of cards. I was basically there for 2 full days, and I think we played at least 6 games of 313, and we played 5 games of Spite and Malice.
And I know those aren't short games. It's not like the Crazy Eights I would play with my dad.
Yeah.
I
don't know. We're pretty fast.
Are you? Does she listen to the podcast?
She does not.
What? Well, then I was going to give her a shout out, but I'm not going to now.
Sorry, Aunt Irene.
Sorry, Aunt Irene. Maybe this will be the one she listens to.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a great trip. Nice to be home and get back to the swing of things.
Yeah. Well, welcome home.
Thanks. Travel is one of those things that can go well or poorly based on what your expectations are for it.
It's hard to know what to expect anymore.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, I haven't flown in 4 months, and I'm taking a trip in a couple weeks, and I'm fully expecting it to be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it definitely can be. And sort of knowing and planning for that will make it, I think, feel less painful.
Right. Hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised. If all goes well, like it used to always go well, I mean, I'm a pretty lucky traveler, then I'll be thrilled.
Yeah.
Because I'm going in expecting, just because I'm flying Southwest and they have all their new boarding things, they now have assigned seats. And for some reason, I read the Southwest Airlines subreddit, and all people do are complain about...
Stop!
I know.
Why are you doing that?
I know. I subscribed to it a long time ago. I really need to stop. You're right. That would be an easy thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to know what's bad about something, definitely read the subreddit.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're looking for what's good about it, those people generally are not showing up on Reddit.
Yeah. But I guess on the flip side of it, it's tempering my expectations. So I'm like primed to be happy, except that the anticipation is kind of miserable. But if it goes okay, I'll be happy about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's sort of an interesting thing. Like, if you're feeling anxious because you're expecting the worst, that's not any better than thinking things should go a particular way, and then when they don't, you feel bad.
There's like a sweet spot, I guess, where
Yeah.
just kind of being kind of neutral or realistic. I don't know, maybe in the
Yeah.
expectations. I was just thinking how sometimes there's another aspect to it, which is you think it's going to be good and it
Mhm.
isn't. And that the space between what you think is going to happen and what actually happens is can be rough. I got a crown on a molar recently, and for some reason I didn't think it was going to be so bad. I mean, I've had them before, but it's been a while. I guess I forgot. And I thought
Yeah.
that I know why. It's because the dentist said, "Oh, the second of the two appointments, that's much easier." It wasn't. I mean, it was
Oh.
easier actually, but it was kind of horrible, and I felt cheated. So I need to figure out a way to remember for the next time, just to expect that it will be bad, and I mean, it will be.
It'll
I
be
don't even.
unpleasant, and you
Yeah.
will survive it.
Right. I was going to use the word barbaric and then decided that was too much. But it's like 21st century. We should have easier ways to get our teeth fixed. But anyway, yes.
Yeah.
Just know that I'm going into something that might be unpleasant and I'll survive it. Like you said,
Mhm.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully. Right.
Yeah, and I think
Um,
that sort of puts you in a place where your expectations are reasonable
mhm.
and you're not feeling bad in advance. And you're also not expecting things to go so smoothly that, when you do hit some friction that then you feel bad because they didn't go the way you thought they should.
Right. Right. And yeah, that's good advice. I have to go to a new doctor this week because my old doctor stopped taking insurance. And
Mm,
so that's always like a little, I'm not scared, but I'm hoping it's a highly recommended doctor. So I'm hoping it's a
mhm.
GYN. So I'm hoping it will be smooth, but the anticipation is a little
Yeah.
fraught.
Yeah. Not exactly the same thing, but I had to take my cat to a new vet this morning.
Oh,
And
is she okay?
I think, she's getting older and I think she might be developing a little hyperthyroidism as older cats can do.
Mhm.
And so I just wanted to get her checked out. And as many cats don't enjoy going in a carrier, going in a car, going to the vet. And this is a new to us vet. So I was a little anxious about it. I actually woke up early having an anxiety dream about it, which I was like, oh, come on. Don't do that. I need to be calm for her.
You're right. Did it go okay?
It went totally fine. She did not love it. She was like on me. And it took
Mhm.
quite a while after I got home to get all of the hair out of my eyelashes and my nose. She was just like a big poof ball of
Oh, poor
hair. It
baby.
like blows out of her when she gets stressed. But she was quiet and calm. And I held her and scratched her. And she looked around and she was fine. Clearly did not love it. But I think it wasn't as bad as she expected. And everyone was super nice, so it definitely was not as bad as I expected. Or,
Good.
I
So
didn't
it's
really expect it to be bad, but was afraid that it would be
didn't know
bad.
what to expect. Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's a place you would go back to. Oh, that's excellent. And
Yeah.
then that's right there, having a vet. I mean, right there, some anxiety's gone, right? You're gonna
Oh,
more
yeah.
be readier to take her to the vet next time you feel like
Mhm.
you need to because you don't have to worry about finding
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, and, she's due for vaccinations, but I didn't want to get them done until we figure out what's going on with her, and they were very amenable to that, and
Okay.
they were totally willing to talk through everything, and once I explained to them that, I've had animals with chronic health conditions and I know this stuff, so
Yeah.
then they just talked to me as opposed to trying to explain things in a way that wasn't scary or,
Right.
very simple or
Little did they know
yeah.
what the conversations you have had with veterinarians over the
Yeah.
years. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's really good. Um, I was just thinking about how expectations sometimes keep me from doing things. Like, let's say going to a live performance.
Mhm.
Like, if I think it's going to be crowded or hot or cold, or especially if it's outside. Oh, that's out of the question, actually.
Yeah.
But I might not go, and you sometimes then I'm persuaded to go, and usually it's great. It's very
Right.
rare for me to be miserable at a live performance. Yet I sometimes expect I would be. So I don't go. And I don't know if that probably means I'm missing out on some stuff.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Um, it's sort of interesting thinking about where those thoughts came from. Like, did you
Mhm.
have a bad experience and now you're kind of doing that? Or, I know I have, like, during lockdown and stuff afterwards, it was really hard for me to get used to going out and doing stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
still not where I was before the pandemic, and feel a little anxious and am less likely to do stuff than I
Yeah.
was. Well, gosh, what is now 6 years ago.
Right. Almost exactly 6 years ago is when lockdown started.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It took me a long time to go to events at all. Now I feel like I'm not thinking as much about disease, but,
Yeah, I'm not thinking about
yeah,
that at all. It's just
yeah.
like, I don't
Weird.
know.
Like, I don't go to movie theaters anymore. The movie theater experience feels negative compared to how it used to feel so positive.
Right.
But of course, watching in my own home is much better than it was before. I mean, I
Right.
can see all the things and my TV's big, whereas before it was a small TV and there you couldn't watch new movies at home. I mean, it took a while for them to come out on video,
Yeah,
right?
that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I think I've had enough experiences where I felt really uncomfortable in crowds. Like, I don't think I have a phobia, but I really don't. Maybe it's from growing up in a small community, but really
Mhm.
don't like crowds. So if I'm shoulder to shoulder with strangers, maybe because I'm short, I don't know. I don't like it. And so I like to avoid that. Like, I don't go to the fireworks down by the arch. I haven't done
Yeah.
that in decades, and I don't have to because I have a good seat in my apartment. But yeah, that might be part of it, though. Now that you mention it, like past
Mhm.
experience. Mhm.
Yeah. And I think that's reasonable. I mean, you don't have to go to outdoor events, but if you feel like maybe you're missing out because you expect something is going to be a particular way, despite all the evidence to the contrary,
Yeah.
then that might be worth digging into a little bit more.
To like having a conversation with myself about it,
Yes. Or your coach.
or my coach, because I'm lucky enough to have one. Right. I mean, truly, those of us who have a coach who can, or a good friend, or somebody who's both, are fortunate because just sometimes talking about these
Yeah.
things with a trusted person
Mhm.
makes things come to light.
Mhm. Yeah. It's really interesting how I think a lot of times we aren't super aware of our expectations, but they really are a filter for how we experience everything.
Right. Yeah. Where everything is tempered by our expectations.
Mhm.
Uh, and, and so paying attention to them, asking, like getting ourselves to pay attention to them and maybe adjust them,
Right.
uh, is could be really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is a lot of the difficulty with having perfectionistic tendencies is you have these expectations of or desire for things to turn out perfectly, and then when they don't, it's disappointing.
Yeah. Boy, perfectionism just can wiggle its way into so many things and get in the
Yeah.
way of doing stuff that you might enjoy doing.
Right. Or, just enjoying your life
Yeah.
because, if you feel disappointed all the time or, frustrated with yourself, or even, I think people get angry or sad or whatever, that, it's easy to have kind of big feelings about things not going the way you want them to or think they should.
Right. A lot of disappointment in there.
Hmm.
And also for some people, unwillingness or inability to start anything for fear of disappointment.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. So becoming purposefully aware of what your expectations might be around something, and then seeing if there's a way that you can kind of loosen them up a little bit and maybe cut yourself some slack, recognize that there's going to be some element of friction, and not be hard on yourself, like when things don't go the way you think they should go. And
I
maybe even
wonder,
changing the should to a could
that
is a
that can
first
make
step.
that can make a big difference right there. And that's
Yeah.
certainly easy to do. I was thinking about how the idea of what's important to you is frequently a big aspect to any of these discussions on perfectionism. And tell me, how do you think that fits in here?
I think it fits in because when you are really clear about what's important to you, then you can more clearly set expectations that match that, as opposed to some made up idea of perfection.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it.
Yeah. So, like, we know you want a lot of ease in your life.
Mhm.
And so when you're flying and you're thinking like you want more ease, and that you could run into complicated TSA security situation, uh, getting the seats, or, whatever Southwest is doing, people are all ruffled about.
Right.
Um, so just knowing those things, but knowing like that can help it feel more full of ease for you if you know that, and you kind of think through like, oh, this may be how it goes. It could go this way, it could go that way. And either way, I can still have a sense of ease.
Right, or I can plan. I mean, one's definition of ease is variable, I suppose, but, like, if I'm worried about TSA taking really long, because nowadays they're saying that it does, just get there super early and then,
Right.
hang out at a restaurant.
Hmm.
Rather than, because I get stressed out if I think I'm gonna miss my flight, that would
Right.
completely stress me out. So doing those things that can make it easier, in my case, make it easier because that's what I'm
Hmm.
after, or, do the things that are in, congruence with what's important to me.
Right.
Yeah, that's great because false expectations don't does or expectations not grounded in any kind of actual information,
Yeah.
doesn't help anything.
Like, oh, I can get there an hour before my flight
I've always
and
been able to.
check a bag and get through security and,
Right.
still grab a cup of coffee before I get on. Like, that is not going to happen.
That's right. Even if, there was a period of time where people weren't traveling much and things were very quick at the
Yeah.
airport. But yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have snacks with me so I
Hmm.
don't get hangry.
Yeah. I was so glad I had snacks on my flight home because I was starving, and they got the wrong catering. So they didn't even
Ooh.
have little bags of pretzels or anything.
And nothing?
Nothing. No Biscoff, no pretzels,
Oh my gosh.
no nothing.
And this was a short flight, though. Please tell me.
Yeah, it's 2 hours, but I think you're like an hour and a half in the air.
You've got all the time around that from door to door. So if you didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
snacks, it would have been a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I left the house at 6 a.m., and I think I pulled up in front of my house at almost 11.
Yeah. Yeah. Your hour and a half in the air turns into 5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good for you for bringing snacks. Smart.
Yeah, I was happy to have them. But that planning ahead and thinking through, like, so what could go not as smoothly as I would like it to?
Mm-hmm.
And how can I feel better about that? Snacks, go earlier. Sometimes checking a bag is easier than bringing a bag through security. Just depends on what you're doing. I think there's also just day to day. I often have expectations about how my day will go, and I do not meet them, and I feel disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've talked a lot about thinking about minimums. What's the least I could do today to make it feel like a success?
Mm-hmm.
And, sort of have a range because often something else will come up or I'll get
Right.
distracted. Squirrel.
You, Shannon? Right. Yeah, I like that minimum requirement for success. And then make it super easy to achieve so that at least you're not angry with yourself or disappointed that the
Right.
day didn't go. And then also there's the flip side that when you get a lot more than that done, or if that's then you get to feel really great about it rather than I did what I thought I'd do. Just not that exciting. Yeah.
I like that too. I was rewatching Great British Bake Off as I do. And one of the contestants was saying, I try to expect the worst. So if it happens, I'm not disappointed. And if it doesn't happen, then I'm really happy. Like there's something to that. I don't know about expecting the worst, but like if that makes you feel bad, maybe not go that far. But
Right. But keeping your expectations lower can make life feel more satisfying.
Yeah, definitely. So we would love to hear from you, our listeners. Where do you set your expectations? Is this something that you bump up against with perfectionism? You can let us know on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube at Getting to Good Enough. You can send an email to gettingtogoodenough@gmail.com. You can leave a message at 413-424-GTGE. That's 4843. Until next time, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. Thanks for joining us on Getting to Good Enough. We hope you heard something that makes your life just a little bit easier. If you did, leave us a review or share this with someone who's looking for their own version of good enough.
Thanks for listening. See you soon.
My expectations for this episode were met, exceeded.
Exceeded. Wow. Excellent.